Alaska, with its vast wilderness and bountiful resources, has been a place for animals to call home for millions of years. Alaskan history cannot be told without the history of the animals that inhabit it. Alaska, the last frontier, land of the midnight sun, cradle of the wild. Evidence of harnesses and dog sleds predate the European contact with the local Alaskan peoples. Dog sledding began around 15,000 years ago, when the first native Alaskans came across the Bering Strait. The main two breeds of dogs were the Inuits' coastal dog and the Athabascans' inland dog. These two breeds later on became the modern husky. These sled dogs were an integral part of the gold rush in Alaska, moving everything from mail to medicine. Sled dogs were used for everything. Sled dogs even became famous after the 1925 serum done by Balto, who delivered the diphtheria antitoxin to Nanaka. With the advent of small personal cargo planes, sled dogs were needed less and less, leading us into the modern era. Only recreational dog sledding is done today, which is largely due in part to people wanting to keep that ancient tradition alive. The Iditarod takes place every winter, covering thousands of miles of terrain. Dogs used today for the race have a mix of Siberian Husky and some lighter builds in them. Alaskan Huskies are actually a mix of those ancient native dogs and any dog of the north.
Since the introduction of domesticated animals into our everyday lives, humans have time and time again shirked the responsibility they have to take care of these beings. Animal abuse, neglect, homelessness, and cruelty run rampant in our society. Nearly 1 million animals are abused every year, 7.9 million animals enter shelters each year, and of those, approximately 2.7 million animals are euthanized. Animal homelessness is also a very large problem in Alaska specifically. We do not have the resources to help all of the animals that end up in need of a home. Sadly, in rural Alaska, many cats and dogs are simply relinquished into the wild and left to be taken by the elements. Some do survive, however, and become even more of a problem, creating a public health risk and creating more strays. Because of just a few abandoned animals, many more are needed to be euthanized. The Alaska Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is striving to reduce the suffering of Alaska's dogs and cats. Beginning in 1955, they have operated for over 60 years with an unshakable conviction to see Alaska become a state where all dogs and cats experience emotional, physical, environmental health, and lifelong wellness. A prominent Alaska SPCA program in Anchorage is their clinic, where they provide dogs and cats with low-cost vaccinations and spay and neuter services. They believe that the prevention of unplanned litters is the most direct way to prevent cruelty to animals. This is because animal homelessness and euthanization rates drop when spay and neuter rates rise, simply because there are less dogs and cats born without known homes. The Prevention Rural Outreach Program is a mobile veterinary unit that provides care to animals in smaller towns and villages. There's also a pet food bank they provide if your animal is ever in need of food. A call to their thrift store is all that is necessary to secure proper nourishment for your pet. Their thrift store is filled with donations they receive from the community, and their profits directly fund the programs they run. Their newest addition is a shelter that was opened in October of 2015. It will offer pets up for adoption that have been displaced and are looking to find a new home. This center can hold up to 20 cats and 10 dogs and will predominantly hold strays from more rural communities, which lack veterinarians or the ability to house these strays.
Alaskans who want to surrender or give up their pet must go through one of the Alaska SPCA's animal shelter or animal control partners. Once animals are given up to one of these partners, that partner determines what the needs of the animal is. Animals that are given to Alaska SPCA through one of these partners are then rehabilitated and available for adoption at the Alaska SPCA's adoption facility and also at their thrift store.
There are many ways you can help the situation in Alaska. Volunteering your time may seem daunting at first, however it can be a really fun experience. Nothing beats the excitement on a dog's face when someone spends time with them, nor does anything beat how grateful they are for someone who cares. A misconception about volunteering is that you would need to be there the whole day or for hours at a time. This information is just wrong. Even if you only have 15 minutes, that would be enough time to take a dog for a quick walk around the block, which would allow them to get the fresh air they so badly desire. If you truly do not have the time to go in and help out yourself, there are still other ways you can give. Money is the most versatile gift that you could give, but pet food is always appreciated along with collars, leashes, harnesses,